the day. Came back.
It was rumored, Cam, for a while that Bobby Hurley might be out. I mean, did they fire him in the tunnel off the way off the court?
No, they didn't fire him in the tunnel.
I mean,
and technically, Troy, they're not firing him. They're not extending his contract.
Oh, okay.
His contract was up after this year. Technically runs out in June. ASU is just not extending it. But we've talked about it all year. Like, this was always going to be a tough year for Bobby to keep his job going into year 11. There wasn't a lot of excitement around the program. Had to rebuild the roster. Yes, I thought he did a really good job with it. But at the end, just not enough winning. And I think there are certain situations where you see it's a good time to part ways for both sides, the coach and the university. This seems like one of those times. Just a few hours after ASU suffered one of their worst losses of the season and got bounced from the Big 12 tournament, the news hit. It is over. Bobby Hurley will not return to ASU. Hurley is out after 11 seasons, 3 NCAA tournaments, his 185 wins in Tempe, making the second winningest coach in ASU men's basketball history. This past few years really have been tough out there for Bobby and the program. Winning just hasn't happened a lot. ASU informing Hurley on this news after the game. Hurley got a chance to speak post-game on what his time meant for him at ASU.
It's been a long road. It's been a special time. I have two of my kids graduated from ASU. I've had the opportunity to coach some fantastic young men and had some terrific moments over the years. And it's a great university, great administration, my president. But I don't have any regrets. I laid it out on the line to the best that I could every night. So I told the guys I did, and I know they did it for each other this year, and I did it, until the last buzzer sounded.
Yeah, he really coached his team really hard to the end, and this year's squad is a really good example of that, kind of what they were able to accomplish. A bunch of no-name guys were able to win some pretty big basketball games.
Kansas, and they beat Kansas?
Yeah. Listen, I want to say this about Bobby Hurley. I hope ASU fans say thank you to Bobby. It is coaching at ASU, especially basketball, is in my mind, one of the toughest jobs in America. That arena is terrible. Yes, they're going to upgrade it, but it's one of the worst arenas in all of sports. The budget is not great. The NIL budget is not great. Yet somehow, over these 11 years, Bobby has won some really big games there. And before COVID, that place was rocket. He was on the verge of going to 3 straight tournaments, had his best team yet. COVID shut all that down. And post-COVID, it's just been harder to get players to come back to ASU because the playing fields have changed across college basketball. Budgets are now through the roof, and if you don't have a high NIL budget and can't get good players to come to your university, you're just not going to compete.
And some schools, it seems like, are basketball schools,
Yes.
and some schools are football schools, and ASU's never really been a basketball school.
And that's what, Troy, if just more resources. That's why whoever the next coach is, you got to pour more resources into that program if things are really going to change. Bobby should be really proud of the job that he did. ASU, he left the program in a better place. He just released this statement, but I want to read this part to you guys. The role I stepped into as Pac-12 head coach in 2015 is very different than the one I'm leaving today. It's what we talked about. The game has changed, right? I'm very proud of what we have achieved and confident this program is in a stronger place than when I arrived. I am as energized as ever and is excited for the future. Bobby Hurley will get a next head coaching job. ASU will have another head coach. Nothing will change, though, at ASU until they renovate that arena, bring it up to at least some 2000 standards, right? And they dump more money into that program, period, bottom line.
But football's begging for money, too.
Yeah, they're all begging. So is women's basketball.
Yeah.
So is hockey. They're all begging for money. But you, in order to compete, Troy, with some of the best programs out there, which ASU is in that block, right? The Big 12 Conference, they're going to get like 10 teams in the tournament. You got to be able to pour some money into it. ASU needs to put more resources there if their basketball program is going to succeed.
But we have all this sunshine in the winter. You think those guys will come out here?
I do.
Transition to
but
Lindsay.
They also need Lindsay's check. That's what they need. That's
Lindsay,
Lindsay, you make a donation.
How bad do you want it?
I want some